Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Killzone 3's Kaznan jungle map, and we're going to try to pick out some strategies, some tips for you so you guys can get a little bit better at the game and possibly get a few more kills instead of deaths next time you play.
Body count. Slaughter the ISA scum. Leave no one alive.
The first thing we'll do is we'll just look at the overview here for a few seconds. If you look at the map, you can see it looks pretty close quarters. You can see that there's a lot of turns, a lot of ups and downs. Everywhere where you see a little white patch, it's an unplayable area, but there are a lot of areas that you can stay up on top of the map to where you can look down at most of your enemies. That's kind of where we're going to start this video. We're going to talk about the importance of being on high ground. On this map, it's extremely important to try to get in towards the top where there are holes where you can look down at your enemies as they pass through the tunnels. There aren't a ton of these spots, but when you can find one, it is gold. You'll be able to sneak up on people this way and get a lot of good free kills. This brief clip here is going to show you exactly the importance of getting up on top of your enemy and then being able to come down behind them. It's an easy kill, guys, every single time. You can't pass it up. Now, if you're a player like me and you like to play as an engineer, then placing your bots in great locations is massively important. In Kaznan Jungle, it is extremely easy to set your bot up in a position to where it's going to funnel your enemies into one location and help you and your team rack up those kills. Just be sure to try to cover the back or the blind side of your turrets, because if you leave them alone, they're extremely easy to kill for the enemy. So if you are next to it or near it, defending its blind side or giving it a hand when it's under fire, it can last for a really long time and really help you rack those kills up. Another tip that works for all maps, but especially for a small map like Kaznan Jungle, is to take a look at your little mini-map and notice all the weapon cache locations. A lot of times people will know where the enemy is spawning or where they're coming from based on the color of those weapon caches. Green is your team, red is the opposing team. Now, if you can actually get behind the enemy or flank the enemy to get into a weapon cache position that is not your own, even as an engineer, I would recommend you just leave them red. Let them have it. They'll think it's friendly territory at that point, and they'll come running in to grab ammo or whatever, and you just mow them down with your LMG. It's a great tactic to get easy kills. Again, this is guerrilla warfare. This isn't necessarily a team objective game, so to be a little bit of a lone wolf sometimes is not a bad thing. If you find yourself in a position where you're stuck down below or you can't find your way up top to get that upper ground, stay down below, but make sure you stay off to the sides of the caves. If you're running down the center, you're an easy target. People can see the light behind you, and as you're running down the cave, you are glowing. If you stay off to the sides a little bit, you're in the shadows and it'll help you try to sneak up a little bit. But like I said, I would much rather stay towards the top of the map whenever possible. Now, if you're playing as a team and you're not really concerned about lone wolf run and gun style and you guys are just looking to win the game, as you should be, then use the map to your advantage. This is such a small map with the close quarters, a lot of turns and twists, and that creates a lot of bottlenecks and choke points that you can funnel your enemy into. Use bots to defend your back in the corners and throw so much firepower out at your enemy that there's nothing they can do but fall back and lose.
You, my brothers, victory is our destiny.
Check out the full Killzone 3 strategy guide at battlestress.com. Come improve your game.